Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Eniola Koya. If it is your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if you're an OG, you know how we do. Thank you so much for sticking with me on this journey. Now, I noticed that quite a number of people are not subscribed to my channel, but they keep watching my videos. What have I done? Please subscribe to my channel. You definitely want to watch that video because I dropped some gems in that video. So make sure you watch the video. It's a series and this is the second episode of the series. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Now, you've started planning your wedding. Congratulations and all of that. Everything is going well. Now, you've seen so many things. Oh, it's so beautiful, I want to buy it. Oh, this one is nice, I want to buy it. You want to buy everything. Let me tell you something. Come here, come closer. It's not everything you see that you like that you actually need. Now I'm speaking from experience. Yeah, so it's not everything that you see you buy. So the first tip I'm going to be giving you is that you have to sit down with your partner and then discuss. Be honest, how much do we really want to spend on this wedding? How much are we, able to spend such that after the wedding we're not stranded? Now you just want to have an amazing ceremony, a memorable one. You want to create a very lasting memory that you can always relive. But then again, you're not trying to impress anybody. It's your wedding day. If you can afford it, kudos to you. But if you know that, if you understand that life is in seasons and this is where you are at this point in time, you have to be real with yourself. One mistake you don't ever want to do is to start up your life paying off wedding loan or paying off debt. You don't want a vendor to start calling you here and there because you're owing them. You want to be able to sleep after your wedding night, like, thank God everything went well, so you're not trying to impress anybody. You just want to have a memorable day. So the first tip, like I said earlier, is to have a conversation on how much you're willing to spend, and that's it. You don't want to start off your life paying off loans. So that is one way to really achieve not going overboard. You have to set a budget that this is how much I want to spend. Okay, now that brings me to the second tip that you can use in saving some money during your wedding. Now you really you have to source for deals, right? So vendors, online vendors, market people are always running deals every now and then. So you want to do your research very well and look out for deals. They might be selling it at so price, XYZ price, but then when you look out for deals, you can get it at maybe 30% off or 50% off sometimes. Now I'm going to give you an example. I got married in December, and we all know that in December so many people are always trying to clear their stores or do their inventory for the year, so they're always running deals, or because they know that there are a lot of people who want to do something in December, and then when you give deals to people, you get more clients. So on my wedding dress, I got my wedding dress from LC Joy, so it was for this X amount here, and then I got a huge discount on the wedding dress, and the wedding dress is really nice. And then again, even after the deal, the dress is still sitting down in my store, like looking at me like this. Auntie, when are you going to wear me again? My husband said that we should go and sell the dress. So I'm open to clients that are interested in buying my wedding dress, actually, because if my future children or my future daughter is like me, she will not wear it. Save some money when you look out for deals, maybe on your wedding dress, on your suit, on shoes. Just make sure that you have a plan B. For example, again, somebody wanted to sell a particular brand to me, shoes, and then it was really high, and I'm like, do I really want to spend this much on these shoes? Then I saw it at a lesser price elsewhere, and that was what I use. And make sure that you do your research very well, not because somebody called something for you at this XYZ price, you feel like because you can afford it, you just go ahead, and then you now see a cheaper option, then payment will not happen, you'll be paid, right? So that brings me to the third point. So the third thing you want to do, or that we did, was that we saved a huge amount of money on printable materials. Printable materials such as invitation cards, church programs, etc. So ask yourself, whenever you go for a wedding and then they give you the wedding program, what do you do with it after? You either turn it into a hand fan, or you take it to the reception when you're hot, easy to find yourself, or you just drop it at the wedding, at the church wedding after they are done. So, and you know that papers are counted by the number of pages. That's how you are charged for the fee that you are going to pay. So what we did was that we went online, and then we saw a particular design that was really nice. It's like just a one-page program, and then you fold it into like 4 pages. Then you saved a lot of money. So I'll leave that picture here as well for you to see. So because we didn't use so many pages on the church program, and people still read what they wanted to read on the program, it was a very tiny program and very cute as well. So that was how we saved on our church wedding program. And then one mistake that we made was that we made excess invitation cards, like the one you can send out to people. So we had the, what do you call it now? We had the version of the invitation cards for the baby bloomers, the Gen Zs, and every other person. But then we now thought about it again, that for the older generation, they might be interested in having a copy of the invitation cards. But then we were just lying to ourselves. We ended up spending a lot of money on the invitation cards, and then we still have a lot of it at home because not so many people eventually used it. So you probably just want to have an e-copy of the invitation cards, and then do maybe an access card to give to the people that you really want to invite. People don't really use papers and all of that, and then you spend so much money and nobody uses it. You can tailor that money into something else. Now I know that you like all the good stuff that you see on Instagram and everything, but then again, let me ask you, is your account balance agreeing with your heart's desires? No. So I see a lot of really cute invitation packages on Instagram, like you send your invitation cards with goodies and all of that. It's nice. I love it too. If I'm able to afford it, I'll do it, but I know that I cannot, so I'll respect myself and do the one that I can do and then move along. So you can save a ton of money on your printable materials. Like, again, there was a wedding. I didn't attend the wedding, but my friend did. So what they did was that they did the church program or the reception program in form of a hand fan. So that is what I call using one stone to kill two birds. So the hand fan is round, and then they printed the program, the reception program, on a sticker and then pasted it on the hand fan. So you can read what you want to read, and at the same time you have something, you have a souvenir. So that is another thing that you can do. So you just have to be very creative, have an awesome planning moment, because everything is about planning. You can plan with a little budget and it's going to be mind-blowing, and you can spend all the money in the world and it's not going to be very nonsensical. So yes, that's about it with printable materials. Again, my fourth tip would be wedding cake. So for the wedding cake, if you are planning to have your wedding on the same day, I'd really suggest that you don't bother yourself to have a cake at the engagement. I'm going to tell you why. So during the wedding planning, when we were planning our wedding, I reached out to an aunt, and then we started talking, and then she's like, oh, do I really need a wedding cake at the engagement? Because if you are familiar with the Nigerian wedding setting, if you do everything in one day, the engagement 90% of the time would be rushed. So then the cake, now you would spend maybe like 100k baking the cake, and then you will not even know who's going to eat the cake, because you guys are rushing and they just want to do everything on time so that you can make the church wedding. So, and then I reasoned with it like, oh, this is true, because what's the point of having a cake at the engagement that I'm not going to have a taste of it? I'm not going to have a taste of it. My husband won't have a taste of it. It's just one random person from nowhere that is going to carry the cake, and then 150 has entered inside the river like that, or maybe 200k. So we didn't have a wedding cake at our engagement ceremony because it was not even obvious that there was no cake. Nobody remembered that, oh, there's no cake, there's no engagement cake at this engagement ceremony. But then we had a cake at the reception, because yes, then it's going to be very obvious to everybody. You take pictures, you feed your husband, you know, do so many things, and then I'll have a taste of it as well, because yeah, let me have a taste of my money, not like I'll just be spending, I will not have a taste of it. So yeah, you can save money. You can do that by you can save money as well by not having a cake at the engagement. But if somebody is willing to give you for free, why not? But if you feel like it's not a bother, you can go ahead with it. Now it brings me to food. That's my number 5 tip, I think. Yes, number 5. So food. So if you employ or hire the services of a caterer, they will charge you per plate, and that's usually around 3,000 naira or 4,000 naira per plate. And let's say you want to have about 200 people. So when you say 3,000 times 200, that's about 1.2 million naira on one kind of food, one type of food. And obviously you don't want to have just one type of food on the menu. You want to have variety, you want to have different types of things for your guests to eat. And then you yourself, you know that when you go for someone's wedding, you don't eat one food, you always eat maybe 2 or 3. And then this is excluding the entree, it is excluding the dessert if you want to have it, it is excluding the mocktails, the drinks, and every other thing that you want to serve your guests with. So if you know that you're on a budget, and hiring a caterer would mean that you'd be restricted in the menu because they are charging you really high. It's not easy to cook. You can always employ all these, I don't know what it's called in English, all these local caterers, #olokbo. I mean, these are the people that the caterer is also going to employ. So you can employ these people, buy the ingredients, or give them the money to buy them. It's always cheaper. It's always a cheaper option to opt out for. And then look for someone to serve the food, bring the what are they called now, servers, and all of that. So you can save a great deal on food as well by sourcing out for people who would do it cheaper, and it will be delicious as well. Now I'm going to tell you that expensive doesn't necessarily mean that it is going to be good. So you just have to do your research very well and know that the option you're going for is a very good one. And what else I want to talk about? Okay, that would be rentals. But because it's your wedding day, you want to hire or rent an overpriced Lexus or Benz that you yourself you don't have. You're living fake life because it is your wedding day. So you don't want to rent a car that is overpriced. You can always look for a family member that has a car that you can borrow, or use your own car. There's nothing wrong with your car. It's just to transport you from one place to the other. You don't need all of these things if yeah you're just trying to fake the lifestyle because it's your wedding and then you spend so much money on it. So you can save as well on car rentals. You don't have to rent the ones that are too expensive, and then it's not even going to be up to 24 hours, and then money is gone into the thin air. So you don't want to do that. Now I want to say that doing all of these things doesn't mean that you are broke, or you don't have money, or you just want to have a shabby wedding. No, I'm saying this because you obviously want to have a soft landing after your wedding. You don't want to do something that would haunt you after the wedding, like people coming to knock at your door like, oh, you're owing them. It's not just a nice experience. After creating a certain ambience for people to enjoy themselves and all of that, it will remain only you and your husband, and starting out your life paying off debt to create a friction because you guys are not thinking straight. Every money that comes in is going back into paying debts and all. You really want to do everything in moderation, and because you have an understanding that life is in seasons, we understand times and seasons. Because I cannot do this thing right now doesn't mean that I cannot do it later. You can always have your wedding renewal ceremony, and it's going to be grand when God blesses you so much, and then you call all the big vendors, everybody, like everything that you wanted to do that you couldn't do at a point in time. Now these are like some of the things that we did, and I'm telling it to you right now that our wedding was not shabby. It was very lit, and I'll show you a video. Our wedding was nice. We did everything in moderation, and to the glory of God, after the wedding we did not owe anybody, because we even overpaid some people, because we paid them in advance. Some vendors even now did nonsense, and that is going to bring me to the pros and cons of planning your wedding by yourself. There are some things that don't even try it when you plan a wedding by yourself. Learn from me, like Jesus Christ, like so many things happened because we paid some vendors, we paid all the money before the wedding, and then I'll just see what happened next in my next video. So these are the things that you can do. There are so many tips, but these are like the things that we did, we learned from, and I think it's going to help you as well. Always sit down to have a budget, a realistic one. Source for deals. You can save on printable materials, your wedding cake, food. You can save on car rentals and all of that. So that is the end. That's going to be the end of Solomon Grundy today, my story. So thank you so much guys for watching my video. Do not forget to click the subscribe button, because that is the only way other people are going to benefit from this video. So I'm begging you, click on my video, leave a comment in the comment section, let me know what you think for now. So kindly share my video as well, and encourage me, give me ginger that I need to create more content for you guys. So thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you're going to learn a thing or two from this video, and I hope to see you in my next video. Till the very next video. Peace, bye.